Hey, what's up? This is Brandon Simmons for BrandonSimmons.biz. This is my weekly video blog called Bullheaded, a review of the Houston Texans news as well as a preview of the upcoming game matchups. So, this Sunday, the Houston Texans will be hosting the Kansas City Chiefs in what is dubbed as a quote unquote homecoming game. So, I'll give my thoughts on all of that a little bit later on. Right now, what I want to do is just give a quick recap of the Week 14 game against the Dallas Cowboys. And first off, I just have to start off and say, that was probably the most infuriating, frustrating loss that we've had all season, and we've had a lot of we had a lot of losses to pick from this year. But it's just frustrating to me, knowing that we really had that game. We really had a chance to win it, and we just blew it with that broken play. Like, no, not even kidding with you. Like, um, for what it's worth, a lot of the national sports analysts or whatever, national sports shows, they were all like, they made the story that, the Cowboys didn't play their best. They didn't take, us serious because, we're 1-10, 1-11 team or whatever. But, I mean, even with that, like, like, if you kept, there's been times when, teams have not played their best, especially this year. Um, you could tell that the Texans played somebody and the opponent wasn't even have on their A game. So for them to even just saying take advantage of that, I think that's real key to them. Now it's still frustrating that we lost the game. Um, we really had them pinned down there at the 1 or 2 yard line, um, and right there, all we got to do punch it in, run a good play on 4th and goal. We got them, and it just didn't happen. And even with that, we gave up a 98 yard touchdown drive. So it was just that was it was just agonizing on that, just knowing all of that happened. Um, another thing I want to point out is, I guess, the two quarterback system. Um, excuse me. Traditional energy drink break. Anyway, but I wanted to point out the two quarterback system that was implemented in this game plan last week, and it worked. you know, um, it really threw the defense off, and it was a good strategy, just to kind of run through and just get going. Um, what I'm saying? It allowed for it. I think it brought an extra level to the run game, as opposed to like just giving it to Damian Pierce. And that helps since we really haven't been able to find like a spell back, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But I think that it really helped, and just kind of making the run game a little bit multifaceted. Considering we have issues in our passing game right now. We just went back to Davis Mills as the starting quarterback. Both our starting receivers were out for this game, could be out this week again. And so, it was just something that kind of added an extra level to this offense. So, I thought it was effective in this game. And, part of the reason it was effective, it hasn't been used that much this season. I think they tried to do it once, maybe in like the first game or so. I definitely seen them go to it in the preseason a couple of times. But as far as like within the regular season, it has not been utilized that much at all. And it looks like a completely new concept, which it technically is, that the Cowboys defense wasn't prepared for. So good job on just taking a chance with that. um Defensively, the secondary was on, man. Like, that was the secondary was nice. um Jalen Petrie, he did his thing. He was delivering a lot of big hits in this game. I think he finished the game 12 tackles total. So yeah, he was like all over the field doing what he had to do. Tremont Smith came up big with those two interceptions, especially the interception in the fourth quarter, when the Cowboys were, on the 2 yard line the first time. Uh, so, I'm saying, big ups to him, getting that going. Um, and just knowing all of that happened, just I just felt sick at first when I posted on Facebook about the game, about feeling sick for Jalen Petrie. I should have just said I felt sick for the entire team. Like, cause I mean, looking back on it, they really did, just compete. They compete hard as they ever have, like the entire year, you know, and so and it was something that they did like all throughout the game up until that final, fourth and goal moment, So I'm sick for them that they didn't get the win, but what I'm saying, you got to execute at all times. You know what I'm saying, take advantage of your opportunities and execute. So those are my thoughts on that game, man. Oh my god, I'm gonna be sick again. Oh man, but yeah, those are my thoughts on the game against the Cowboys. Injuries this week. So Nico Collins and Brandon Cooks, they're still dealing with injuries. I checked the report for today is Thursday, so on the report it looks like Collins is still dealing with a foot injury. Did not practice. On the brighter side, Brandon Cooks did have limited practice. It appears. So that's what's listed for Thursday's injury report. Um, as far as Derek Stingley, he did not practice, and he's still dealing with a hamstring issue. Last week he was out with a hamstring and an illness, so looks like it's just hamstring right now, and so that's been kind of bothering him for a while now. I think I saw a report where he was trying to he had like a separate he was practicing off onto the side doing drills and everything, trying to get the hamstring right. So he could be, if not for this, it doesn't look like he'll be back for this game, but definitely he could return sometime. It feels like he could return sometime this season if given a chance. So that's what it is with the injuries right now. Oh, Damian Pierce. Damian Pierce still has the ankle issue, and I could not see if he was back. Yeah. I saw. Thought it said did not practice for him. Um, Damian Pierce. Yeah. He's listed as did not practice on Thursday as well. So, um, yeah, it's Uh, I don't know. It's ironic because, and this is a perfect segue into Eno Benjamin getting cut. So, yeah, the Texans cut him this past week, and the ironic part of that is, Eno Benjamin was thought to, kind of be this actual like backup to Damian Pierce. Something that that the fans have kind of been screaming for the longest time this season. Just having a legit um, backup running back to Pierce. And, Burkhead, he's been there, he's been available and reliable when needed. And he's, what I'm saying, pretty much taking like most of those second string running back snaps. Agu Bangway, OG, he's had a couple of plays as well. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's still like something that kind of I think it's still something that's really needed in that backfield to establish like a 1-2 punch because you don't really see these guys just rotate in and out like a running back by committee style. It's just not happening with them. So um, hopefully, yeah. So hopefully, well, yeah. So good luck to Eno Benjamin. Sorry that it didn't work out. But yeah, even going back to these injuries, what I'm saying? Hopefully these guys get better pretty soon and try to salvage what's left of the season. So, with that being said, the Texans will be taking on the Chiefs this Sunday, and they dubbed it as a homecoming game. Now, why they dubbed it as a homecoming game, I don't know, because I would not want this to turn into a homecoming game style type of game, in favor of the Chiefs, if you get my drift. But I figured, like, you know, they probably made this, what I'm saying, way in advance of the regular season and the preseason as well. And they probably thought like, Christmas is on, not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday. So people are probably going to start coming in from out of town, you know what I'm saying, family, friends, you know, coworkers, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna be starting to gathering throughout the week, just hanging out, and this is probably something for them to do. So If this gets people in the stands, it'll get them in the stands to see Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey. But other than that, there's a couple things that I want to see kind of happen in this game for the Texans. So number one, I do want to see another crack at that two quarterback system, and what I'm actually looking for is the adjustments that they make and the enhancements for it that they made with this strategy. And so the first couple times they ran it in the game, it was just strictly runs, and then you kind of saw it go to like RPOs, and that's how Driscoll threw his touchdown pass, I believe, to Chris Moore. So, um, what I'm saying, it's something that you definitely want to see, just kind of see if there's you know that 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 if there's that tool for like a to utilize as an RPO and things like that. And ironically, it's going to have to happen. um, yeah, ironically, it's going to have to happen with with Damian Pierce potentially being out. Like, I don't want to say he's going to be out, but like the way his practice, the way his the way his practice schedule or designation is kind of looking like it's. Let me see. Oh, my bad. That wasn't Chris Moore. That was Amari Rogers. So yeah, going back to the RPO point, when you saw Jeff Driscoll do an RPO to Amari Rogers, and who also had a pretty he made a couple plays in that game as well. So, but yeah, definitely, I just want to see that two quarterback system, just two quarterback strategy, just kind of enhanced for this game. Now that there's, what I'm saying, now that they have film on what it can do in a real game time situations, and also now that defenses have sniffed it out, and what I'm saying, what coverages, a lot of defenses are gonna, what a lot of defenses are gonna coverages and formations that defenses are gonna line up in to try to prevent it. Um, Number two, secondary. I want them to repeat and enhance their performance from the previous week. So, like I said, the whole team played great. The secondary really stood out to me because they made like big plays throughout. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Petrie, he was making the big hits towards the end of the first half. Jonathan Owens, he had a huge hit. You know what I'm saying? Jarred the ball out of somebody's hand. And of course, Tremont Smith, he had those two interceptions in the game. And to me, it's it's crucial that I'm saying, this young group is really just making plays like that, and just to see like where it can take off and develop into. And what's even more impressive, Desmond King, I believe he got hurt in this game, and of course Derek Stingley was out. So what I'm saying, they were down a couple players, and for them to kind of step up and make those plays, that's pretty big for that secondary unit. So I just want to see them try to repeat that. Now it'll be tough against Patrick Mahomes, who can do behind the back touchdown passes and all that. But I definitely want to see them, how they act against these Kansas City receivers, especially Travis Kelsey. It's going to be interesting how they cover him, especially with the cover two that analysts seem to remind us about every week. So yeah, definitely. I want to see how these young guys respond to like covering a veteran like Travis Kelsey. Um, but yeah, definitely. They delivered big hits, which I hope they can do in this game, and also they generated some turnovers, which is going to be tough, but I hope they can do it in this game as well. Next thing, just maintain the energy from the previous week. Like I said, they competed hard uh, all game, the whole team. Even what I'm saying, executed pretty well the two quarterback attack. Just keep that energy going. Whatever you did the last week, whether it was some foods you ate, something extra prayer you took, pray it again. Yeah. What I'm saying? Just come out here and just really show out for these fans. So just bring that energy from the previous week and just keep it going. So, yeah, that's all I want to see from the Texans this week. Just another crack at the two quarterback strategy. The secondary to repeat their performance. from the previous week, and also just the whole team maintaining that aggression and competitiveness from last week. Do all that, and it should be a great game. Could be an upset. Could be the upset that we should have got last week. So we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, I'm Brandon Simmons for BrandonSimmons.biz. If you're watching this on Facebook, like and subscribe. If you're watching this, if you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe to my channel. If you are watching this on Facebook, please go ahead and like my page. Keep up with the updates I got for you. I'm Brandon Simmons for BrandonSimmons.biz. Holla black.